Welcome to Shell Programming for Beginners using the Bourne Again Shell or Bash 101. I will skip past the shell background and point to the meta characters list. Be sure to pay close attention to how these characters are used throughout this course. The quickest way to find out how shell commands and shell built-in statements work is to enter them from your command line. Shell commands and statements receive input from standard input, which is inputted on your keyboard. The default output for your statements and commands is standard out, which is your terminal. Our first example uses the echo statement to send the words "Hello World" to our terminal. The standard output of a command or a statement can also be redirected to a file using the greater than meta character. The cat command will send the output of a specified file or files to standard output. Please notice that a single greater than will replace the data in a file with the new data that's being sent to that file. A double greater than appends data to the file and does not remove the original data. The reverse grav, or backward single quote, is used to surround a command and get the output of that command used as an argument to a previous command. In this case, we use the echo command. And then within reverse gravs, the cat command and then text file. Please notice the output also strips off carriage returns when the echo is used. In our example, we are creating a file called first program. We are entering into that first program file the command echo quote hello world quote. That will be our entire program and the full contents of the first program file. The ls command lists the file that you are specifying. In the case of wanting to see all files, you can use the meta character asterisk. If you specify a specific file, it will show you only that file. Using the ls command with the -l option will list the permissions of the file. File permissions must be changed with the chmod change mode command using argument 755 to make the file executable and turn it into a program. You will need to specify the exact location of your program file in order for the system to find it and execute it. The period or dot meta character is used to specify your current position, your current location within the directory that your file is located. So your file can be executed by simply typing // and your file name. You can also identify the current directory that you reside in by typing pwd for print working directory. Let's take a look at some shell programs. Our first example is clock.sh. By ending your shell programs files with a .sh, it identifies that they're shell programs before you even look at them. Lines beginning with hashtag or £sign are comments and are not executed. The tput command is used for screen control. In this case, tput clear will clear the screen and leave your cursor in the top left corner. This program uses a while loop in order to continue back to the beginning of your program again. The colon meta character used after the while indicates a true condition. All the commands between the do and the done are executed in the while statement until the condition after while is no longer true. Shell programs can also be stopped with a Control-C, which sends an interrupt signal to the program and stops it. In this case, the date command is used to return the current hour, minute, and second. The sleep command stops the program from continuing for the specified amount of seconds. We again call on the tput command, in this case tput home. With the home argument, the cursor is returned to the top left of the screen without clearing the screen. The banner command is not always available in the shell environment, so we comment it out at this point. Previously, in our while loop example, we were separating data one line at a time. Next, we are going to separate data one word at a time. Let's take a look now at our for loop and the case statement. Our example is called names.sh, which will gather data from the file called data file and separate just the pieces of data that we want to use and identify them. Looking at our program names.sh with the cat command, we see that we use the meta character reverse single quote to surround the command cat data file to make the output of this command the input to our for loop. We are also assigning n as the variable to contain each word received from the file data file. The for loop will execute the commands between the do and the done for each word in the data file, one at a time, until the end of the data file. Between the do and the done of our for loop, we will use a case statement to look at each iteration of the variable n. We have created 5 cases to try and match the variable n. When a match is found, the specified commands are executed. The final case is asterisk, which is our meta character that matches anything, including nothing, that has not already been matched. Another way of matching each case is to use reverse single quotes around an echo of the variable n and pipe the output into the grep command to find the argument in double quotes. This method is more desirable when trying to match an entire line of data, as we did in our while loop in part 1. When trying to execute your script, be sure to change mode to 755 and make it executable, and use the ls-l command to check permissions. Since our code had no specific case matching for Val, Bill, Pete, or any numbers, the output of /names.sh is correct to say it does not know them, which was our asterisk catch-all case. Next, let's take a look at the if statement. The if statement consists of 4 components: if, then, else, and fi for finish. If must be followed by an argument. If the output of the argument is true, then the then part of the if statement is executed. The if statement can also have an else section that is only executed when the output of the if argument is false. The if statement must always be completed with an fi for finish. Pipe takes the output of a command before the pipe and matches it to the input of the command after the pipe. Some examples of using grep follow. The test statement is used to check the condition or value of a variable. Let's look again at our timer.sh script. The while loop uses tests to see if the variable min is less than the variable end. Please note that the case that the test statement outputs an error to standard error out is redirected to the null device /dev/null with a greater than or two greater than /dev/null. Test conditions can also be expressed between square brackets, as we have done with our if statement. See the man page for test for more details. The tail command is used to get data from the bottom of a file. For example, tail -5 data file, where data file is the name of our file containing data, would return the last 5 lines of data file. Tail -f file name will print the data in file name and will continue to print any further data that is added to file name as it is added in real time. Control-C will send a termination signal to tail, and tail will exit. Awk is used to manipulate data and to do calculations of portions of data. Awk is so powerful that it is sometimes considered a programming language. Awk is commonly used in shell scripts to calculate columns of numbers. Be sure to view the man pages for Awk to see the extensive capabilities. Here are a few examples of how Awk is used in shell scripts. The change mode chmod command sets file permissions for the owner, group, and the world using the command line arguments of 7, 6, 5, and 4. 7 is for read, write, and executable permission. 6 is for write only permission. 5 is for read and execute only permission. 4 is for read only permission. Change mode is always followed by 3 digits. The first sets the permissions for the owner of the file. The second is for the group. The third is for the world. You cannot execute a file without being able to read that file, so execute only does not exist. Here are several examples of using the change mode command. Let's execute our clock.sh script and see what happens. Clock.sh creates a digital clock in the top left corner of our screen. It counts away the seconds as we watch it change. We stop our Clock.sh program with a Control-C, which sends a termination signal to our script process and stops the program. The binary calculator, BC, can be used interactively from your command line, or you can pipe into BC and capture the output into a variable for use in your shell scripts. Here are some examples of how BC can be used. We have used the meta character greater than to redirect standard output to a file. Take a look at the contents of nbr_file. It contains 4 lines of numbers in 2 columns. Now let's append an additional line of numbers in 2 columns using the echo command and the double greater than meta character to append to our number file without replacing the already existing lines of numbers. Next, we will use the cut command to separate our number file into pieces. Cut accepts an argument of -d to specify the delimiter character to cut the line on, and -f for the field number to be cut, containing the data to be cut, followed by the file name. In our example, we use cut -d colon for a delimiter, -f1 for field 1, and nbr_file for our file name containing our data. Here are some more examples. As you have seen already in our timer.sh script, we use the date command to get the current hour, minute, and second. The expression command, expr, is a simple way of calculating simple numbers. Variables are often used to contain the numbers to be calculated. The file command is used to determine the contents of files. The find command is used to locate the relative path location of files and directories. Find accepts the arguments of starting location. In our example, we use the meta character of dot to indicate the current location, followed by -name argument and the string to look for, and finally the -print argument to send output to standard output. The head command is used to strip lines of data from the top of a file. Head accepts the arguments of a number indicating the number of lines to output from the top of the file, and the file name to get the lines from. Head is most often used by getting its data from a pipe rather than from a specified file. Tail is much like head, except that it gets its data from the bottom of its input. The ID command returns your user ID and user number, your group ID and your group number. The LP command sends data to your default line printer, takes an argument of the file name, or the data stream can be piped into LP. LPStat command gives the status of print jobs that are in the queue. NL command numbers lines in your output. No hangup command. NoHup is used when a command is preceded by NoHup. Its process is prevented from terminating when the user logs off their terminal. In our example, we also end our command line with the ampersand meta character, which runs the command in the background and returns the command prompt to the user. When a process is run in the background, its process ID is echoed to the screen. To stop a background process, you must use the kill command, followed by the process ID to be killed. Kill -9 and the process ID is a sure kill, and will kill any process if run by the root login or the owner of the process. The rm remove command is used with a file name argument and will permanently remove a file. The mkdir or make directory command is used when a directory name argument will create a directory with the specified name. The remove directory command, rmdir, will remove the specified directory if the directory does not contain any data files. If it is desired to remove a directory and all files within that directory, then use the rm command with the -r argument. Sed is the stream editor. SED is most commonly used with a piped input stream. Here are some examples. Be sure to check the man pages for Sed to get all the details. The meta characters less than creates a here document. Our example, the cat command in conjunction with the two less than, followed by the character exclamation, followed by the greater than, redirect output to a file called script2. Our secondary prompt allows us to continue entering commands until the exclamation point is encountered, at which time the here document is executed. Script3 is another version of our clock.sh program. The sort command is used to order the lines in a file alphabetically or numerically, and can be restricted to only looking at specific fields to sort on. Combining sort and tail or head on the command line using a pipe is a very common way of pulling specific data from a file. The translate command, tr, changes a single character in the data stream. tr accepts two arguments, each between double quotes. The first argument is the character to be changed, and the second is the character to change it to. Here are some examples. The meta characters double greater than will append data to a file. In our example, script 4 uses a while loop to keep appending the output of the date command to the file called data file. We execute script 4 with a /script4, and after a few seconds we terminate the program with a Control-C. After looking at the data in the date_data file, we clear all the data out of the file using the greater than meta character to force nothing into the file date_data. Next, we execute /script4 in the background using the ampersand meta character. Then we terminate the background process with a kill -9 command. The data5 file contains a single column of names. Some appear more than once. We use the sort command to put the names in alphabetical order, and pipe into the unique command with a -c argument to count the number of occurrences of each name in the data5 file. Some more examples of using sort and unique are shown. The Visual Editor is commonly used to edit files in Linux. See the VI tutorial link on the QSD homepage for a quick reference. Then refer to the man page for more details. The word count command, WC, is used to count the words, lines, and characters of a file. Here are a few examples. The who command shows who is logged into the system and what terminal they are using. Following is a list of the lab exercises, shell scripts, and data files used in this training package for your quick reference.